Ever feel like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle of rent payments? With the dream of owning a home feeling more like a fantasy? You are not alone. Across the globe, from London to Lagos, from Sydney to Sao Paulo, millions are facing the same struggle. We're in the midst of a global housing crisis, and it's affecting all of us, whether we're renting, trying to buy, or just living our lives in cities that are becoming increasingly unaffordable. So, what's really going on? Let's start with a simple yet stark reality: the supply-demand imbalance. In major cities everywhere, the population is booming. People are flocking to urban centers for jobs, education, and opportunities. But the number of new homes being built simply can't keep up. Construction is slow, expensive, and often bogged down by regulations and land shortages. When you have more people wanting homes than there are homes available, prices naturally skyrocket. It's basic economics, but the consequences are anything but basic for the average person. This leads us to the second major issue: the growing gap between what people earn and what they have to pay for housing. For decades, a common rule of thumb was that you shouldn't spend more than 30% of your income on housing. Today, for many, that rule is a distant memory. In countless cities, renters are forced to fork over 40, 50, or even more than 60% of their paychecks just to keep a roof over their heads. This isn't just a financial strain, it's a quality of life crisis. When so much of your money goes to rent, there's little left for savings, emergencies, education, or even simple pleasures. The dream of homeownership becomes even more distant when you can't save for a down payment. And it's not just rent. The cost of everything is going up. Inflation is hitting us at the grocery store, at the gas pump, and yes, in our housing costs. Landlords face rising costs for maintenance, property taxes, and insurance, and they often pass these increases on to tenants. For homeowners with variable rate mortgages, rising interest rates mean their monthly payments can suddenly jump, adding immense financial pressure. It feels like a relentless squeeze from all sides. But there's another, more complex layer to this crisis: the financialization of housing. What does that mean? It means that housing is increasingly being treated not as a fundamental human need, but as a financial asset, like stocks or gold. Large corporations, private equity firms, and wealthy investors are buying up residential properties on a massive scale. They're not buying these homes to live in them, they're buying them to generate profit. This has a huge impact on the market. These large-scale buyers can often outbid regular families with all-cash offers, pushing prices even higher. They turn single-family homes into rental properties, reducing the number of homes available for purchase and driving up rents. When housing becomes just another commodity on the global market, its primary purpose to provide shelter and security for people gets lost. Let's look at some real-world examples to see how this plays out. In Dublin, Ireland, so-called cuckoo funds have been buying entire new housing developments, locking out first-time buyers before the homes even hit the open market. In Berlin, Germany, tenants have organized massive protests against corporate landlords who own tens of thousands of apartments and are accused of prioritizing profit over tenant welfare. In Vancouver, Canada, the influx of foreign investment into the real estate market has been a major factor in making it one of the most unaffordable cities in the world. These aren't isolated incidents. They are symptoms of a global trend. The consequences of this crisis are far-reaching. It's not just about the numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about the human cost. Young people are forced to delay starting families or move far away from their jobs and support networks. Essential workers like teachers, nurses, and firefighters are priced out of the very communities they serve. This creates a donut effect where the vibrant city center becomes a playground for the wealthy, while the working and middle classes are pushed to the fringes, facing long, expensive commutes. This isn't just unfair, it's unsustainable. A city can't function without the people who make it run. The housing crisis also exacerbates inequality, trapping people in a cycle of rental precarity and making it harder for them to build wealth and achieve financial stability. So, what can be done? This is a complex problem with no single, easy solution, but that doesn't mean we're helpless. Governments and cities around the world are starting to experiment with different approaches. One key area is increasing supply. This means reforming zoning laws to allow for more diverse and dense housing like duplexes and mid-rise apartment buildings in areas traditionally reserved for single-family homes. It means investing in public and social housing projects to provide affordable options for low and middle-income residents. We need to build more homes, plain and simple. Another strategy is to protect tenants. This can include measures like rent control or rent stabilization, which limit how much a landlord can increase rent each year. They can provide crucial stability for renters in super-hot markets. Stronger tenant protection laws that prevent unfair evictions and ensure properties are well-maintained are also essential. We also need to tackle the issue of financialization. Some jurisdictions are implementing policies like vacancy taxes on empty homes, or higher taxes on properties owned by corporations or non-resident investors. The goal is to discourage speculative investment and prioritize housing for residents. Some are even exploring community land trusts, where a nonprofit organization owns the land and sells or rents the homes on it at an affordable price, ensuring long-term affordability by separating the cost of the house from the escalating cost of the land. Ultimately, solving the housing crisis requires a fundamental shift in how we think about housing. We need to move away from viewing it purely as a vehicle for wealth creation and recenter its role as a basic human right and a cornerstone of a healthy, functioning society. This will require political will, innovative policies, and community action. It means citizens getting involved, demanding change from their elected officials, and supporting new housing developments in their own neighborhoods. This is a global challenge, but the solutions often start locally. It is a fight for the future of our cities and for the right of everyone to have a safe, secure, and affordable place to call home. The path forward won't be easy, but it's a fight we can't afford to lose. Thanks for watching. If this topic matters to you, please share this video and join the conversation in the comments below. What's the housing situation like where you live? Let's learn from each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the issues that shape our world. See you next time.